Hi guys, and welcome to part one of our coverage of Shropshire Kids Festival, which was held at the International Centre in Telford. We spent 2 days there. It was fantastic. We got so many interviews done, and we had a hell of a time that weekend. I want to say a huge thank you to Shropshire Festivals for letting us come along and do our thing. We had the studio, which, by the way, was a fresh investment. A lot of it's all new marquee, new table, lots of new banners and things. I put it up on the day before of the festival, and I stood back, I looked at it, and I got really emotional because it looked amazing. It did a really good purpose, and that'll go around with us now to a lot of festivals and things. But yeah, Shropshire Festivals, you guys were amazing letting us come and use that. So we had the studio up and running. We had interviews with people all for the whole 2 days. It was great. You know, when you set these things up, I personally have this fear that I'm going to bring this studio along, I'm going to set up the microphones, and no one's going to want to talk to me. But it was amazing. So many people did, and also as well, lots of people that I had down on the list couldn't make it because they couldn't leave their stalls, but they were down on time. I will get back in touch with you at some point, and we'll organise interviews. So for that weekend, we had the interviews going on. We also had Timmy walking around with a camera. We're doing mini biscuit adventures. So I'm going to try and get Timmy to some places so we can take a camera around and share his experiences of places. And that's pretty much what we did at Kids Fest. And he had a whale of a time. He got to go on everything, and he got some great videos, some great pictures. So go to our YouTube, give it a subscribe, and take a look at that. So here's part one. I was going to do day one and day two, but I got far more interviews on day one than I did on day two. So we got some great interviews here. We got the Newport Musical Theatre Academy. We got Marion from the Ironbridge Coracle Society. They're great. We also spoke to the Scouts, who are doing an amazing thing. They're going to South Korea, which is awesome. We've got so much. So here is part one. I'm going to stop waffling. And Alex, take it away. This is Kids Fest 2022. I love that, Timmy Whiteley. All right, guys, welcome to the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. Today we're going to be getting a collection of interviews from Shropshire Kids Festival here at the International Centre, and I'm joined by Team Biscuit today. Team Biscuit is me, the Biscuit guy, Alex Whiteley, and
my name is. You can call me Mini Biscuit or Timmy.
Mini Biscuit or Timmy, yeah?
Yeah.
And then we also have
Carolina, which I am also known as Mama Biscuit. Yeah.
There was one I came up with at home, and we're not allowed to say that. But one day, guys, one day. So we're at Kids Festival. We have got lots and lots to do. So Timmy, you have a vlog to make, just you. Right? Are you excited?
Kind of.
What do you mean, kind of? What does that mean?
Like a little bit.
A little bit excited?
Yeah.
Well, me and Mama have come up with some missions for you today.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah? And so later on we'll have a mission briefing. Okay, we'll go and get some interviews, and then we'll have a mission briefing, and I'll tell you what your special missions are, okay?
Okay.
So we've got 3 huge halls full of so many amazing things to do. You're going to have a camera, so you're going to document all of that. We have a studio here so we can speak to people. They can come and talk to us. We also have a roaming mic here so I can go around and get some Vox Pops. So it's going to be a great day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah? What are you looking forward to going and seeing the most?
The inflatables.
The inflatables. There's Wipeout there as well.
Huh?
Wipeout machine. The one that spins around and you got to jump over it.
Oh.
Talk it to the microphone, buddy.
Oh.
We can't hear you.
Okay. Wipeout is really fun.
It is.
They're only in jumping as well.
They're in jump in, yeah. Well, anyway, so we're going to get a collection of interviews. I think the first one we're going to get is with the Scouts. They're planning an interesting trip to South Korea, I believe, but we'll find out more about that. Also, I want to speak to some of the stall holders, get some of the people that Cheer and Leash are behind us as well. They're good friends of the show, see if we can get them on, talk to them. And there'll be plenty of people here that I'm sure you've heard of or heard on the Biscuit before. But yeah, Shropshire Kids Festival. Let's do this, shall we? Yeah? Yeah! Hey guys, we are at Shropshire Kids Festival at the International Centre, Telford, and I'm joined with 3 Scouts. Do you guys want to go around? First names only, I've been told. Introduce yourselves around the table. We'll start with you.
So my name's Megan. I'm from Woodland Trust Scouts.
Hold on a sec, sorry. Try that again.
So my name's Megan and I'm from Woodland Scouts.
I can't hear you for some reason. Ah! So funny. What are you on? You're on blue. Try again.
I'm Megan.
There we go. We got you, Megan. We got you there finally. Sorry about that. So you're Megan.
Yeah, and I'm from First Woodland Scouts.
And yourself?
Hello, I'm Josiah. I'm from First Meal Scouts.
And
Hi, I'm Elliot, and I'm from First Shrewsbury Scouts.
right, okay, guys. So you guys done this from Beavers right the way through. Where did you guys all join? How does this work? Do you have to be a Beaver, work all your way up to Scouts?
No, you don't have to be a beaver. You can join at any time. I started as a beaver.
You started as a Beaver?
Yeah.
As a Beaver?
Yeah, I started as a beaver.
I joined at the very start of 2020. So.
Wow. Okay. Fantastic. My little boy, Timmy, Mini Biscuit. You probably see him wandering around with he's got a camera at the moment. He's in First Monkmore as a beaver. He's only a little one. He's having the time of his life. Is this like one of the best things you guys ever did as a youngster? Just joining the Scouts Beavers?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Always fun.
It was a good time spending it. An hour on a Thursday night, just loads of people. It was really fun.
Yeah. What would you say to anybody that's listening now that doesn't have a lot to do and is thinking, he's kind of on the fence about joining the Scouts or the Beavers or something? How would you encourage them to join?
Well, I'd say go along because it's just such a welcoming community that you can just go along, learn new skills. You know, we've baked cookies and made pancakes and lanterns, and you can, if you just go along and people just welcome you and you just get straight into an activity, and it gives you, like, if you feel like a real sense of purpose. And it just gives you something to do, and you meet loads of new people.
Learn loads of new skills.
Yeah.
This is one of the things I loved about Beavers and Timmy joining Beavers is that the variety of things you guys learn. You learn so much, whether it's kayaking, sewing, first aid. They had an air glider, a glider in one day. Do you know what I mean? What's the best thing? What do you enjoy the most? What's the best activity you enjoy?
Probably the cooking ones, because I can eat food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. What about yourself?
I'd have to say the cooking as well, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what about you?
I really enjoy just like the random games. Like,
Yeah?
we went out and it was pitch black and we played hide and seek in the dark, and it was just so much fun.
Now, of course, there are lots of local things that you guys get involved with, and the Scouts and the Beavers have always been really good at getting stuck in with helping out and doing good things around locally. But this is a worldwide thing, right? And there are times when you meet beavers and cubs and Scouts from different parts of the UK or even the world, right? Have you been to any of the jamborees in the UK, things like this?
No, I don't think I have.
No?
No, I haven't either. I know there is one called Chamboree,
Yeah?
which is like a Cheshire one, but I've never been to it.
Okay, so and we're here today talking because you guys are you want to go to South Korea, right? Am I correct in saying that?
No, we are definitely going.
yeah.
You are definitely going to South Korea?
Yeah, we're going.
So you've had to raise money to go, or they were just like you go into South Korea if you want to go?
No, we had a selection weekend last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a
November.
selection weekend November last year. It was like 50 people, and they chose out of 50 how many people could go. And we're currently fundraising to go to South Korea.
Wow. Are you excited, nervous? What's the feeling there? We'll start with you. How does that feel?
I'm really excited, but you know, it's 11 days in a totally different country by yourself, like no parents or anything. So I'm a bit nervous, but I'm just really looking forward to it.
it could be a journey that can be the making of you, right? You can go there and you can meet new people, learn to travel, becoming. I bet you're really excited about that, right?
Yeah, really, really excited. But then there is the fear of everything as well.
The world is scary. I mean, like, It doesn't matter if you're in South Korea or you're in Telford or you're in Wales somewhere. Like, the world is a scary place when you're out there on your own. This is a great initiation for you guys to step out there, and it's an amazing incentive as well. Because you're going to go and travel. And you're going to meet new people and see these amazing experiences. What are you guys been told you're going to be looking forward to doing when you're over in South Korea? Do you know?
A bit. There are like loads of activities we can do. We haven't been told which activities, but we know there's going to be like a lot of activities.
Yeah, we've been told there's going to be like food halls of each country is going to have an own personal food hall with their delicacies and stuff from their country. So you can go to there and find out about the foods that different countries enjoy.
Oh, that's interesting. I gotta say, my wife's from South America, and I gotta tell you, food is an amazing thing, because you be like, they eat what now? And then you try it, and it's actually amazing, So that'll be great as well. How many scouts are going to this thing? Do you know?
From the UK, I think there's 36 people from Welsh Guides and England.
And Shropshire
Scouts, and there are like 4 leaders, 1 from Wales and 3 from Shropshire.
I think across the whole of England, I think it's about 4,000. And then
4,000. Wow. Well, it says here on the website 40,000 scouts are meeting up. I just checked it now. Wow.
Yeah.
There's going to be 40,000 there.
From all across the world. And the best thing is that when we're camping all together, you might have a British tent on one side and then a tent from someone from Denmark on the other, and you just kind of come out and it just hits you. You've seen pictures and you just look off across the stage, and there's just people as far as the eye can see.
Like a festival.
Yeah.
the camp's the size of Shrewsbury.
Wow.
No, apparently Shrewsbury can fit into our scout camp area for like the entire 40,000. Like, I don't know how many Shrewsburys there are, but there's definitely.
I think it's about 1.5-ish.
Wow, that's fantastic. Wow. So this is exciting, man. You're going to see this. Have you been to camp with scouts before, away?
This is my first jamboree with all scouts, but we have been to scout camps before.
Yeah? How long are they normally?
2 days.
2 days? Is that the most you've spent away as well? 2 days? So 11 days. Oh, man, this is really exciting. So, what have you guys had to do to be able to get to this point to go? Were you guys just selected out of a hat, or did you have to do something to be able to go?
So we had to go to a special selection day where we were assessed on like how well we kind of integrated with each other and like team working skills and trying to help out with people, and then they selected out of 50 of us the 27 people that they wanted.
The best of the best of the best. Yeah?
Yeah.
I like this. Guys, I really liked it. I love that you're going to go and do this amazing thing, because at my age, if I could have done what you're doing now, I'd have been so happy. And you look back on your life, at me as an adult now, as an old guy, I wish I had experiences like what you're about to have. So I wish you the best of luck with it all, seriously. Have you got any messages for any of the scouts or any of your friends or family or anything on the podcast before we...
I'm on the radio. Woo!
Where do you want to go with this? What do you think Scouts has taught you going on further into life? What did you take from it?
It's given us loads of impressive skills too. I don't know how to word it.
It's given us the skills that we need to advance through life. It's given us the skills that are not necessary, but helpful to work our way through life, rather than just learning them when we need to. We've got them to use at any point, rather than having to rely on loads of other people.
Quite the wordsmith. I like that. You really put that really well. What about yourself? What skills going for it later on in life?
We could. Just the other week, I was learning about how to use a defibrillator. So, Scouts has taught me literally how to save someone's life if it came to it. And It's made me feel more confident. Like, I can go into situations now and talk to people and know what I'm doing and help out and not feel as shy and timid as I had before.
That's brilliant, and that's a great way to end this. What a great chat with you guys. I think you guys are a great example to young folks out there today, and I wish you the best of luck in South Korea. And I know that the guys at First Monkmore, we've been talking about collaborating with the Biscuit and Beavers and Scouts and stuff, so maybe we can sort of get involved and I can catch up with some of you guys later on down the line and see how it was. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best of luck, guys. Thank you for chatting to me.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
What's your name?
Seth.
How's your day been doing?
Good, because it was my birthday yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday. What's your favourite biscuit?
Probably white chocolate cookie.
Okay. My favourite biscuit is the Shrewsbury Biscuit. Because we are a Shrewsbury Biscuit.
Yeah, have you been having a good time today, Seth?
Yeah.
Yeah? What are you looking forward to going on the most here?
That.
Yeah, you want to go eat some biscuits?
Yeah.
Some s'mores, yeah? Have you seen the inflatables in the other hall? Yeah? Have you been on any of them yet?
No.
No? Oh, some great stuff over there. There's a big giant slide and a human football table.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going to do that, aren't you, later?
Yeah.
Well, Seth, thank you very much for chatting to us today. I hope you have a really lovely day. All right?
Yeah.
All right. See you in a bit. Hello, how's it going? I'm Alex from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Beatrice Baker and I'm from NMTA,
And what's NMTA?
Newport Musical Theatre Academy.
Wow, and what are you dressed as today? Because this is audio only. People can't see you. What are you dressed as today?
I'm the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland.
Really? That's an amazing character. He's really funny, isn't he, in the movies, and he's always really funny.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this for then?
Well, we've been practicing Alice in Wonderland for about 2 weeks, but I've been doing performing for 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
And you've learned how to sing and to dance with all that?
Yeah.
Yeah? How many people are a part of this group? Is it a big group? Is it a small group?
Well, the people performing Alice in Wonderland today is only a small fraction of us, so I'd say there's about 45, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. Are you nervous performing in front of people, or have you done this before?
No, I've done it a few times before, so I'm not really nervous.
And what does it feel like to do it when you are doing it? Does it feel exciting?
Yeah, it's really exciting. You get so much adrenaline, and it's really good.
And what's your favourite things to do? Do you like to do spoken word, or do you like to sing? What's your favourite thing to do when it comes to performing?
I think my favourite is singing,
Yeah?
but I like them all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you going to be singing today?
Well, we're going to do Finding Wonderland,
Yeah?
then Down the Rabbit Hole, and A Very Merry Birthday.
Fantastic, fantastic. And what would you say to anybody that's listening to this that may want to get into acting or performing arts, that are a little bit nervous, maybe a little bit scared? What would you say to them?
I'd just say, just try and overcome your fears, because once you've done it, it's a really good and fun thing to do.
Brilliant, brilliant. And are you guys on do you know if you're on Facebook and Instagram and stuff?
Yeah, if you want to join, then just contact Newport Musical Theatre Academy on Facebook.
Well, you are amazing. You're brilliant at what you do. How old are you?
11.
11, and you're already a better actor, singer, dancer than I'll ever be. So thank you for chatting to me, and I hope everything goes really well today, okay?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, I'm Alex from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. What's your name, sorry?
I'm Curtis, I'm with Woodland Trust.
No, nice to meet you, Curtis.
Nice to meet you too, Alex.
You're here by yourself, and I'm really sorry to drag you away from your stall, but we'll get this done as quick as possible. I'm really interested in what it is you're doing today.
So, I don't know if you know much about us, but we're the largest tree planters in the UK.
Oh, right, okay.
So we've been going since 1972, and since then we've planted over 50 million trees ourselves. We've given over 12 million trees to schools for children to plant. And when we do that, we also teach them we teach them a lot about nature as well. So that when they grow up, they're not going to be the ones cutting down the important trees.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's really important, isn't it, to teach kids about conservation and the environment around them.
Well, a lot of kids nowadays are growing up in the middle of cities and have no access to, areas of natural beauty and woodlands and, nature trails and things like that. And I think it's very important that our kids get to see these because with the way that we are building, a lot of kids won't get to see them. So it's very important that there's a lot of awareness out there and that kids have access to be able to go into the woods and see these animals, see nature for what it really is. It's really good for the mind and the well-being as well.
Yeah, mental health. We speak a lot about mental health here at the Shrewsbury Biscuit, and talk about trees and the sound of a running stream, and all these kind of things. There's a lot of correlation between a calm, steady mental health and being around nature. And I think, you're right. It's really important to try to talk to kids and nurture that.
Yes.
And we're very supportive of that. I mean, obviously, we're based in Shrewsbury. There's a lot of new estates being built, and there's lots of ground being churned up and turned into buildings. It's sad to see. I mean, I get it.
Yep.
The population's growing, but
well, I grew up in Birmingham in a place called Chelmsley Wood, and my dad used to tell me that most of that place was woodland when I was growing up, and I'd never seen it as woodland. It's always been, council estates, things like that. But back when my dad was little, most of it was wood, and it's just strange to see that all these beautiful natural resources are declining due to expansion of us and whatnot. But unfortunately, it's the same on the animals as well, because when we expand, they lose their homes. So
I mean, we spoke to Niall McCann, who's he's a National Geographic explorer from Shropshire, and he does a lot in Africa to help conservation over there. And we were talking about the rivers flooding and the farms, how they're producing things, the silage going in the rivers, and all these estates that make the water run straight to the rivers. And then we're in Shrewsbury complaining about the floods. And I don't want to get political about it, but there's it's a catch-22, isn't it? When you're kind of like, yes, we're a population, we're growing.
Yes.
We need places to live, but at the same time, while we're doing it, we're kind of destroying the environment. It's just, it's hard.
Well, we're very resourceful people, and we can build in instead of out, in my opinion. Of course. I mean, there's already a lot of densely populated areas, but there's a lot of space for us. There's enough space for us and for the animals.
We can be clever enough to look at ways to do this. So what is your role today then? What are you here to do?
We're looking for people to become members of the Woodland Trust. We're looking for a regular donation so they can help us plant the trees that we need to plant, not only for our future generations, but for the animals of the UK as well. We need to restore the natural habitat, restore balance to nature in the UK.
Fantastic. And have you been speaking to many people? I know it's early doors at the moment, but as many people have been coming. I saw you and I thought, Woodland Trust, that looks interesting talk. This is the kind of thing I can really sink my teeth into, so I'm glad I grabbed you,
Man. So far, it is early days. We've had a couple of people come up to the stand, but I'm sure, we're going to get a lot of support here today. I'm sure we are.
The Woodland Trust, have you got any projects that are local to here? Is there any sort of place where you've concentrated planting new trees? You don't know?
No. I'm from Birmingham. We've got a few projects going over there.
You can talk about that. That's fine. Things that you're working on. But okay, I don't want to put you on the spot too much. But where can people find the Woodland Trust if they want to?
If they want to go onto the website, it's www.woodlandtrust.org.uk. Or they can come down to this festival. You can get in touch online.
Fantastic.
Become members, volunteers, etc. We're always looking for fresh hands.
Well, what you guys are doing is fantastic. It's really important, and there's lots actually in this area, the Hall 3 we're in, that deal with conservation. The Coracle people over there. There's lots going on where we can find out about the environment. Actually, the RSPB over there looking after the birds, and there's lots to look at. Well, thank you for chatting to me today.
No problem. Thank you for getting me. I appreciate it.
Woodland Trust, man.
Yeah,
Make
man.
sure you
Get involved.
Hello, how's it going? I'm Alex from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast, and we're here today for the 2 days, trying to speak to a few of the people taking part today. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name's Kath. I run the Creation Station here in Telford and Shrewsbury. We're a franchise that offers arts and crafts to early years to the golden years. We have great fun.
Early years to the golden years. I like that. That's very polite. I like that. Where did this begin for you?
So it began for me when I was coming out of my maternity leave in my second, and I wanted to look for something new where I could spend more time with my children. And I found the Creation Station, and I love arts and crafts and what creativity brings to the lives of people. You can just express yourself and lose yourself, and it's very mindful. I just love it.
I love these business ideas that come out of sort of a natural, maternal, organic place. I mean, over the years of doing the Shrewsbury Biscuit, there are lots of businesses I've spoken to, mothers that have made things out of necessity, that have gone on to do amazing things. So yeah, that's really cool. I mean,
so that's where the Creation Station was born, really, by a lady who owns the franchise. She started it. This is our 20th year.
20 years of doing this. Wow.
Yeah, so not mine, but the Creation Station.
That's cool though. That's cool that you've managed to find something to put your time and your efforts into. That's helped you an awful lot, I imagine.
It has, and having the other franchisees behind you is fantastic too. It just means that you can spread arts and crafts and creativity further.
Wow, so there's opportunities for other mums maybe listening to this that can start their own sort of franchise.
There's always opportunities. There's plenty of territories around, always looking for somebody else.
Amazing. And so what is the Creation Station then? So explain what it is.
So we run lots of sessions. So I run Tiny Treasures for 0 to 12 months, which is keepsake classes. We do footprints, we do books and canvases, and Bumpkins is one of our favourite.
Bumpkins?
During Halloween. Then we run up to our Baby Discover and Little Explorers classes, which is, they're all based around early years and STEM to develop children, as well as getting a bit messy.
So how long have you been doing this then?
I started in June 2020.
So it's fairly new then.
New.
And also through the pandemic, how was that for you starting during the pandemic?
It was very difficult because I went straight on to...
That's not us, by the way. Just to let you guys know that we've got a theatrical group next to us. I have a few problems with the microphones, but they'll get there. I've been helping them a little bit. But I'm not a genius when it comes to audio. So 2020, you started this in the pandemic, and you went to doing virtual things.
I did.
And did that help a lot of people?
It did to start with, when everything was new, but towards the end, I think people got zoomed out.
Absolutely. I'm just going to mute this microphone because I think I don't know. It's not us that's causing that, but you never know, do you? You never know. I'd be like the Shrewsbury Biscuit. They ruined everything. Running virtual shows and then classes for people, but then moving on to sort of speaking to actual people in person. What was that like? Was that
It was fun.
Right, we're back. We are competing with the music and the singing, but that's fine. There's no. So we're still talking about the Creation Station. And what I want to talk about is, like, you talk about virtually doing things through COVID. What did it feel like to be able to actually give an actual physical respite for parents that have been locked inside with their kids for so long?
It was lovely. It was just to see everyone being social together and the children actually being able to do things themselves without being on the other side of a screen was fabulous.
Yeah, and I know a lot of kids had school, nursery and things as well, but I mean, like, that's different, isn't it? I mean, the normal school time is a routine, but there's a lot of people that probably I just need like half an hour to myself. I mean, what is it like? Is it like you can just leave your kids or do parents get involved as well?
No, so mums come along with their children to our baby and toddler classes.
Yeah.
And a lot of our first mums who came had obviously had children during lockdown, and they hadn't been able to do the things they'd always planned in their maternity leave.
Yeah.
So it was lovely to finally be able to share that with them and provide them somewhere where they could meet new mums. Their children could socialise with other children and see the faces of other children.
It's a valid point. I mean, like, I've got friends that had kids during the pandemic as well that hadn't even seen other children, hadn't been around other, like, family members or friends or whatever, so they were really clingy to mum and stuff. Yeah. So we got a COVID era of kids, which is insane to think about, right?
It is. I've got one child who comes to my classes, and mum said to me, he's very shy because of lockdown, and I've watched him grow from being this shy young boy to he's so confident now. It's just to be able to share that and help bring that along in children is just, or facilitate it, I suppose is the word, is just fabulous.
Fantastic. So, you started in 2020. We're now in 2022. Do you feel like now you're finally getting to see what you actually started now?
You're very much starting to feel like this is why it always has felt like this is why I did what I did.
Yeah.
But now to be able to not have the same restrictions we had in place, so children can be even more social together, and they can paint together, and they can get messy together, and then show each other their creations at the end of our sessions. It's wonderful.
Fantastic. And where can people find your specific creation station, or how? I mean, there's a broad way of finding what you guys do, and then there's honing in on your specific.
So I'm at TCS Shrewsbury Telford. If you find me on Facebook and Instagram, we've also got the web pages, and if you pop along, I'm at the Kids Festival weekends, and I've got details where you can catch up with what I'm up to. Got all sorts of things that we can do. We do parties, we do after school clubs, we do holiday clubs. One of the things that I have really enjoyed doing was some of the happy, healthy, active holidays for Telford.
Oh wow.
So during the summer and Christmas I was able to share Creation Station with lots of families across Telford.
That's really nice. I mean, to be able to do arts and crafts at a Christmas birthday party, whatever, is really refreshing, because usually you get the DJ in and you eat cake and ice cream or whatever. Crafts is a nice way to do it, isn't it?
We also do slime.
Slime. We like slime.
We like slime.
Until it comes home and ends up on the carpet. Slime in the bath, there's all sorts of slime. Right, thank you so much for chatting to me.
That's all right, thank you
for
asking me along. My name's Kath.
Kath, right, okay. That's because we were competing with next door. But thank you for chatting to me.
That's all right.
Creation Station, guys, give them a shout, give them a look, and if you want them to come to your party, if you want to take part, there's lots on offer. Thank you for chatting to me.
That's all right, thank you.
Hello, I'm Alex from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. You're not live or anything, so don't worry about it. You're not live on Channel 4, but please do not swear. Would you like to introduce yourself, guys?
So I'm Peter. I'm a trustee of the Ironbridge Coracle Trust.
Okay, and yourself?
And I'm Marion, and I'm the project manager of the Ironbridge Coracle Trust.
We need to ask the most important question first. What is the Ironbridge Coracle Trust?
It's a local charity set up many years ago by a bunch of local enthusiasts who try and keep the skills and the craft of coracle making alive.
And for the listeners that may not know, I know what a coracle is. I've seen you making them over there, and I live in Shrewsbury. We kind of need to know what a coracle is. We live in Shrewsbury. What is a coracle?
A coracle is a small boat that is light enough to be carried, and it carries one person, and you use it for fishing, poaching, crossing the river, retrieving bodies out of the river. It's a brilliant thing. They've been around for 5,000 years. Would you believe?
I mean, you think about the design of a coracle and you think, actually, no, I can see that. I can see that it's been around for a very long time, because they are a very simplistic design, aren't they? But I bet they're not that easy to put together, are they?
No, and what happens is coracles all over the world, and they come all over the world, use local materials that are locally available. Our coracles in Ironbridge are made of ash laths, and it's like a basket made of ash, and then you cover it with a waterproof covering. Now, in the old days, it used to be made of hide, animal hide, but now, about 300 years ago, they were starting making them with calico, heavy-duty cotton, and then coating them with bitumen. So it's basically what we do today, which is a basket weave of ash laths with a waterproof coating of heavy-duty cotton.
Now, if anybody's ever seen somebody using a coracle, it looks like quite a skill, right? To actually be able to not fall into the water that you're rowing on, right?
I've never fallen in.
No?
I'm very proud to say that. It is quite a skill. We've done a few drifts. We've gone from Cressidge down to Ironbridge. It can be more challenging than you'd expect. You'd imagine the river just takes you along, but it can be a bit more difficult than that. There is a skill to using a single oar paddle. What do you call it? A paddle.
Paddle.
There's a skill to using a single paddle. But I think it's something that anyone can do.
Looks fun though. I mean, anything out on the river, whether you're in a kayak or a coracle, there's
nothing more fun than being on a coracle. And it felt, especially if you're local and you've not been on the Severn, just going down the Severn when we went in September, it's such a beautiful day and you feel so connected to the river, to the environment, to nature, and seeing Shropshire from a coracle is incredible. If you can go under an Ironbridge in a coracle, there's no experience quite like that.
We're good friends with Nigel Baker, who's Nigel. Yeah. He's a great friend of ours at the Biscuit, and he does these amazing archaeological tours from the river. I've never been able to go on one yet, so Nigel, if you're listening, let's hook me up with one of them, because it's meant to be completely different.
Actually, I'm an archaeologist too, so Nigel's a good friend of mine, and I've canoed down the river from Shrewsbury to Ironbridge with Nigel.
I've heard those trips are amazing.
It's brilliant fun, and as Pete says, I mean, there's nothing better than being on the river in a coracle. And if you go with a group of people, it's a very sociable. When we did the Cressidge run, which took about 4.5 hours, we were singing on the way. I mean, it was brilliant. And because you're not disturbing anything, you see kingfishers, you see herons, you see sand martins, things that you wouldn't otherwise see. It's so beautiful. It's such a wonderful thing. And we're really passionate about passing on the skills of learning how to paddle a coracle, making a coracle, so that the next generation continues to do it.
And we just finished covering the Darwin Festival, which was amazing. We got to record a lot of lectures, and we got to record at Shrewsbury School. And it's all about it's a lot about science with Charles Darwin, but a lot of it is about heritage and history and passing that down. And we're at a pivotal point now. You need that? I need a pop shield. We're at that pivotal moment in our history where we're about to pass things on to the next generation, and we've got to be responsible about this, haven't we? When it comes to history, we've got to get it right, otherwise you lose huge, as you know, as a historian, we lose huge ledges of our heritage.
The other thing we're passionate about is climate change in the river. And historically, looking at records, you go back 300 years and it was every 20 odd years you got a really bad flood. Now it's every 2.
Yes.
And the Coracle men always took part in the floods. They helped people out. They delivered food. They collected things for people. So it's a worry. We were worried about our Coracle shed, which is by the Ironbridge, which is set on timber posts to raise it above the river.
I bet you guys have been a bit concerned over the last few days, yeah?
And we put up a Coracle man, a life-size Coracle man sculpture with a coracle on his back. And that completely disappeared, completely submerged.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
But it's fine, it's come back again.
Has it?
It's come back again, yeah, he's there, he's stayed. His feet are set into concrete blocks.
Oh, I see, yeah, so the river swallowed him for a short bit.
Yeah.
What I'd say about heritage and stuff, living in Shrewsbury, living in Ironbridge and living in Shropshire, you realise that there's history everywhere. You scratch the little surface.
Yes.
And there's a lot of stuff that we see. We live in Ironbridge and we see the Museum of the Gorge and all this sort of stuff. But there's another little history that not many people know about, and that is the coracles. It's so quirky and eccentric and local, and it's a beautiful thing. And the idea that it may one day not exist is sort of like terrifying, really.
It's a handcrafted thing. But you said it's such an old trade. And you got these they're amazing plastic kayaks that you can buy cheaply now, but it's not something that you can pass down.
The really interesting thing about the river, and as Pete's saying, like in Shropshire and where we live, it's all about River Severn. Now, you can tell the difference between a coracle made in Bridgnorth, a coracle made in Ironbridge, one made in Shrewsbury, one made further up in Welsh.
Really?
They're all slightly different, and that is really interesting. And that's about a handmade craft and using local materials and making them for different sized people. I'm quite small, so my coracle that I've made for me is small compared to, say for yourself, who's slightly bigger than me.
Yeah. I'd need a catamaran so I don't tip over. I love this. I could talk about this forever. I mean, I also host a podcast called You Suck, which is a US-UK podcast, and my co-host is in Vermont. And I was driving through Shrewsbury the other day, and I flipped the camera on my Messenger. I did it before I started my car, so I didn't actually break the law. And he was watching me drive through Shrewsbury. He's like, "Oh my God, there's a red phone box. Oh my God, there's a." When it comes to our history and our heritage, people come to our country to see that. They go to Ironbridge, and my wife is from Colombia, and when her family come over, I'll be like, "Let's go to Ironbridge," because that's like it's one of the most perfect places to take someone to see. So I'm glad that there's folks like you trying to keep the heritage alive and making things look and feel like they probably should have, way back when,
Yeah. It's a people thing, I think, at Coracle. It's about the people who made them historically, and it's keeping that tradition alive. And it's such a nice sort of thing where you're sort of part of this little community, little group, and seeing kids here today just getting excited by the Coracle, which is an easy thing to make, an easy thing to use, and it's not the history that is visible in Ironbridge, particularly with being the home of the Industrial Revolution. This is a people thing. This is what traditional
community,
human people used to do.
And this predates the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, of course.
It goes back hundreds of years. But it's so brilliant. We've come here today to teach the kids about it, enthuse kids about it, and it's been fabulous seeing them having such a great time.
So, as a charity, what activities do you get involved in to sort of bring in people?
Well, we do run. We run an annual regatta in Ironbridge on August Bank Holiday Monday, which is brilliant fun, and we have a big giant paddle pool which we make out of straw bales for children to have a go in child-sized coracles. We have races, a bit like the ones in Shrewsbury, but in authentic coracles on GRP.
Not dragon boats.
Exactly, like dragon boats. We do have a go sessions very regularly on a Sunday morning. If you go to our website, ironbridgecoracles.org, you'll see what events are on. We're on Facebook as well. If you look, Ironbridge Coracles, we're doing events all the time to attract people of all ages. So yeah, we're really keen to encourage people to come along.
You have a little mini museum.
You do?
Yeah, we do. So if you want to know more about the people who started this, but sort of have this tradition of Ironbridge Coracles, there's a little museum in the Greenwood Centre in Ironbridge.
In Coalbrookdale, Station Road. You know the Greenwood Centre, Station Road, Coalbrookdale?
Probably if I saw it and I'd be like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah.
But it's history. There's so many beautiful stories related to Coracles and the river that with what we've tried to do is keep some of the artefacts and keep some of the stories, so you can pop along and it's only it's not a massive museum. It'll take you maybe half an hour, something like that. But it just gives you a vibe of what it was like being out on the river and being a coracle man.
And it's very family friendly. It's not like a traditional boring museum. It's very family friendly. The old coracle shed, which we preserved with lottery from that money from the Heritage Lottery, is down by the Ironbridge, and we've repaired that, conserved it so it will last another 100 years. But we couldn't put all the collection back in there because it would be vulnerable. So we built this new shed up at the Greenwood Centre in Coalbrook. So there's a trail between the old shed, along the wharfage, past the Coracle Man sculpture, and up to the Greenwood Centre.
Amazing, fantastic.
Yeah.
We had this idea a few years ago. It was Shane, actually, my co-host, who's having a bit of a break at the moment. But it was Memoirs of a Salopian. So it's speaking to the silver generation, to be polite, about the places they used to go to drink, where they used to work, and I saw footage of a guy that used to jump on a coracle and go and fish the balls out of the River Severn.
Fred Davis.
Yeah?
We have a children's animation which we're showing here, and a children's storybook about the Fred Davis story. That the dog is his granddaughter's dog, and it comes down. They're collecting the balls. The dog they fall out the coracle. The dog comes down the river and wins our Ironbridge Coracle Regatta. It's about Colin in a coracle.
Wow!
So come along. Kids can see that normally at our new coracle shed at Greenwood Centre, but we've brought it down here today and tomorrow, and there's actually a little storybook as well, and it's great fun for the kids.
Maybe in the summer we can bring some cameras down and work with you guys, because I love this sort of thing, because you are bringing communities in, you're getting the kids excited, you're making things with your hands, and you're adding sort of heritage is very, very important. We need to remember where we came from and the things that our communities did, and that's what you're doing. You're reaching out and you're connecting.
And we have loads of workshops: paddle making, net making, coracle making, hide coracle making coming up. We'll be doing some stuff around the time of the Commonwealth Games as well.
Oh wow!
And then we've also got the Coracle Regatta at the end of August. So loads of stuff going on. So please come and see us.
It is a hidden gem, especially in Ironbridge, because, like I've said, you know so much about Ironbridge. It's in the news all the time. everyone's quite aware of the history there, but this is a hidden gem. It's something that's very different. It's not part of the Industrial Revolution. It's something that you wouldn't necessarily know about. It's this beautiful thing that, not as a Salopian, as you say, it's one of these traditional things that dates back hundreds of thousands of years, and it's a nice little tradition.
Yeah, and that's why we're here today, spreading the word.
I'm glad I spoke to you guys because I've really loved talking about this. And what I've found about doing the biscuit for as long as we have is, we have a show that's quite hyper local.
Yeah.
But I feel like even a town like Ironbridge, because people come to Ironbridge, they go straight to Ironbridge Gorge, and then they maybe go off for lunch, what have you. But like if you pinch the screen and zoom in a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more into Ironbridge, you find hidden gems like this. And this is what I found with Shrewsbury.
Yeah.
You look at those intricate little corners and the nooks and crannies of towns and things. You find amazing things like what you guys are doing. So I'm glad I spoke to you.
Great.
And hopefully we get more people in Chins. What you say you're on Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook Ironbridge Coracle Trust.
Fantastic. Thanks for chatting to me today, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This has been lovely.
Nice to sit down.
Yes, well, you can rest for as long as you want. I've got nothing booked in for a while.
Okay. We'll take this. Yeah.
Thank you for chatting to me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Is this your first time at Shropshire Festival?
I think what we need to do first, Timmy, is get some names, don't we? So, what's your name? What's your name?
Josh.
Jack.
Josh.
And your name?
Jake Turner. Jake Turner.
How old are you, Jake?
I am 8 years old.
You're 8. And
he's my brother. He's 7.
You're 7.
I'm 7 years old.
You're 7 too, right? Now, what Timmy's going to do is going to ask you some questions, okay?
Yeah. Which is your favourite activity?
What's your favourite activity?
Football.
The football one?
Yeah.
Josh says football.
Swimming.
Swimming. I mean here. Which one's here? What have you enjoyed here?
I think it's phone.
The phone party?
I want to go to the phone literally right now, but I don't want to get this wet, so I'm saving this for last.
You're going to save it for last. You get your clothes wet a bit as well, wouldn't you?
No, but I wish I could go in now, but as soon as this washes off, I have to go out.
Oh, okay. Have you tried the silent disco over there as well?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah?
You can put headphones on and hear music. You can play different music, but there's only 3 options.
Yeah?
What is your favourite biscuit?
What's your favourite biscuit, guys? Josh, what's your favourite biscuit?
He's silent.
No?
I
Do you like chocolate biscuits? Yeah? What about you?
Gingerbread biscuit.
You like gingerbread? Well, there's gingerbreads behind you, look, over there.
I know, I just made one.
Did you?
It's right, my mom's holding it.
Well done, Mum. So, you like gingerbread biscuits. Have you thought about what your favourite one is yet? Custard creams, bourbons? Gingerbread. Timmy, have you got any more questions? Is that it?
No,
okay.
Maybe.
Right, guys, well, thank you very much for chatting to me today.
You're welcome.
I hope you have a great time, right? And enjoy the phone party. Yeah? Yeah?
Cosplays are nice.
Cosplays? What? Right, thank you for joining me on the Shrewsbury Biscuit, guys. I hope you have a lovely day, all right?
Yeah. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
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 That's right, we are recording. We're back with Timmy.
Yeah, and we were just beatboxing.
We're beatboxing, weren't we?
Yeah. We're
So
good beatboxing.
it's like 1 o'clock. We've got like 6 interviews in so far. I was just chatting to Aaron Child. I just bumped into him, who has been on the show before. He's on our banner as well. He was like, oh, there's my picture on the banner. And I was like, oh, Aaron. He's taking some photos today. And I was saying I can't get too much content. I can't get like 3 hours worth of interviews and then just release like massive episodes. So we're being quite selective, but I feel like the interviews we've got so far are great. And Timmy over here has been going around with a camera, and you've had a shot list for the vlog to create, haven't you? So you got little bits that you got to collect. How's it been going so far?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
I've given you 6 missions, haven't I?
Yeah.
So
but I've completed 4.
4 of them. Okay, so this is separate from the podcast, so the people don't understand what we're going on about. So the 6 missions I set Timmy is, number 1, get a dance with a cheerleader. Have you done that yet? No? Number 2, report on the human football table. Have you done that? Have you had a go on that?
Yeah.
And what was that like?
Good.
Good, yeah, speaking to the microphone. Yeah. That was really good. What did you have to do with the human football table then?
Just kick the ball.
And it's all inflatable. And you assisted a goal, right, Mama said?
Yeah.
Was it a lot of fun?
Yeah.
Good. Right, 3, learn a new circus trick. Have you been able to do that?
Yeah.
You completed that one? Yeah? Good. Right, okay, I'm crossing these off, you know. Number 4, survive 3 lives on Wipeout. Have you done that yet?
No.
No, we've got to do it. So Wipeout is a spinny arm that spins around, and Timmy's got to jump over it, and you've got 3 lives. You've got to try and survive.
Oh, here's Mama.
Here's Mama now. We're just doing an interview, finding out about his missions. Okay. Number 5, rock out with Rock Project.
I've done that.
Have you met them guys? Have you? Are they cool?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I did the guitar.
You played the guitar?
Yeah.
Are you now a rock star?
Yep.
Pod star, movie star, rock star. Okay. Have we got you speaking to Beth Heath yet? Have you spoke to Beth?
No.
No? Well, we've got to find her, haven't we? At some point, and be like, I can see her right now, actually. She's right in front of me, but we'll have lunch first. Having a bit of a lunch break. Right, okay, so Timmy, you've got to speak to Beth Heath. You've got to survive 3 lives on the Wipeout. Yeah? Or try to, at least. And we have to get you dancing with the cheerleaders. Okay?
Okay.
Let's have some lunch first, though, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Alex. I'm from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. Thanks for coming over to chat to me. Do you want to introduce yourself and where you come from?
Yeah, so my name's Cameron, and I'm from a company called School of Coding, and we're the #1 coding company in the UK. Coding teaching company, sorry. Not coding company. Educators.
See, for millennials like me, that weren't like introduced to coding as a really important thing that it is today, it's kind of an alien thing, but it's like it's really coming into the mainstream of the curriculum of schools at the moment, isn't it?
It is. So that's what we're trying to push now. So we started about 5 years ago, and our CEO, Manny Atwell, who's working with the government now, working around Europe, doing projects with the European Union. So what we did, he found the gap in the market where computer science is growing. By 2030, everyone's going to need computer scientists, like cybersecurity, the government trying to push jobs into it and everything like that. So our job is to target and help young people get into coding and computer science, because everyone uses technology nowadays? My phone, laptop,
tablets,
consoles, everyone plays games and stuff like that as well. So coding isn't every little thing we use nowadays.
Like my kid's 7, you just seen him there. He ran off somewhere with a camera. And he's learning. He came home from school and I was like, what have you been doing today? He's like, coding. I was like, excuse me now, what? And he's in primary school, you know, year 2, and they're doing coding.
It's crazy. Like when we first think about coding, we think about stuff like Terminator, robots and stuff like that, and then now it's just a mainstream thing now.
Yeah. So, where in everyday life, because obviously we're using tablets, phones, and everything's got a program now. Where does this kind of fit in with everyday life? Where can it go for the kids? Do you know what I mean?
So the reason why I push coding so much, first of all, the money.
Yeah.
Huge in it now. Everyone needs coders. Every business needs coders. Everyone's trying to go more technology based. We started, every company started from paper based. They're storing files as paper, stuff like that, for example. Everywhere is going to technology nowadays. So look, like NHS, look at all the COVID apps we had, and it told us whenever someone we've been in contact with had COVID.
Yeah.
Before that wasn't an option, was it? It was just a pick and choose thing. We never knew. Everything's turned to technology, so coding is huge right now. And even the security side, like the government are requesting for more people to go into security, like cybersecurity, and the jobs and the money in that is crazy. Like $250,000 just for some of the jobs they're asking for annually.
Wow. It's innovation as well. It comes from everywhere. I mean, I spoke to Vince Dovey, who's from Shropshire ITC, you know, he made this app that safely tracks vulnerable girls on the way home. Now, he couldn't be able to do that if he didn't know how to code and to make it safe, because obviously the safety concerns if you want to track your kids when they're out with their mates and make sure they get home okay, and not have somebody tap into it, so that it can be used inappropriately. These kind of things, they just blow my mind, because these are things we didn't have when we were younger,
Yeah, it's crazy how much we're advanced right now. Like 10 years ago, we didn't have smart fridges. Now my fridge could have Wi-Fi if I really wanted to. I could play music out my fridge. Who would have thought that would have been a thing? Virtual reality, we're getting on consoles, which is a normal thing now.
Does the metaverse scare you a little bit?
A little bit. I haven't signed up for it though. I don't know if I will.
I've heard some dodgy. I do another podcast where we talk about sort of the riskier sort of stories out there, and one of them is the metaverse has just turned into cyberbullies. It's just crazy where people just...
I saw it. It's so funny. I saw this crazy clip online. So these people, for the first ever time, they got married in the metaverse. And they were just getting bullied. Like, someone dashed a wife over the balcony. They were dashing champagne bottles at them and stuff like that.
For the listeners at home that don't understand, the metaverse is basically Facebook has created a virtual reality place where you can meet other people and go shopping and go to festivals and all these kind of things as an avatar.
It's literally a virtual world. So, you make the person you want to be, and then they've created a whole new world which people are living in. So you can sit at home and you communicate with people across the world and be in the same room.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So since you guys have been doing this, what has advanced? So because obviously there was a point when coding came into the main front with the curriculum, like we just said. Have you guys seen any benefits from the kids learning it from a young age? Are you getting more computer scientists coming from it? Is there any data to back that up?
Well, yeah, even with the government, they're saying the same thing, that we need more people in computer science because it is growing. So our aim is so we start from, I think, 5 to 6 year olds, where we teach them stuff based like Scratch, which is block code. So they just drag blocks, attach them together, which makes code. And then we advance into stuff like Python. So Python is a text-based language, and all the huge companies, so NASA, Google, which links to YouTube and stuff like that, they all use Python now. So that's what we're trying to push. So we're trying to give people them skills so that by the time they finish their GCSEs and even A-levels, that they can go into jobs. And we're starting to find ways. So right now I'm teaching a cybersecurity course around all of East and West Midlands, about trying to push people into careers for cybersecurity. And we give them options like, you don't need to be they're so desperate for jobs right now, you don't need to be an educational route. As long as you have the skill, you can use your skill route to get into jobs. With no GCSEs, no A-levels, no degree. As long as you have programming skills and the knowledge, you can get into it.
So can schools book you in then, to bring you into schools to teach for a day, or how does that work?
We do workshops in schools, and I teach Blue Coats private primary in Birmingham every Mondays and Thursdays, where I teach years 1 to 6. We teach at Birchfield as well, where we teach years 3, 4 and 5, I think it is.
Yeah.
So we have contracts with school as well, where we teach stuff like Scratch and Python, and we do workshops all over the UK.
Amazing. And is there any plans to sort of franchise off with what you guys are doing? I don't want to get into trouble, but it's just a valuable thing what you're doing,
Yeah. So we've recently branched off into, so we're School of Coding, and we've recently branched off into School of Cybersecurity, because that's such a huge thing now. So it says it on my logo.
It does. It really does say that on the
new jacket. Yeah. The School of Cybersecurity. It's such a big thing. That's what everyone needs right now. Whenever there's new technology being made, there has to be a defense for it. So cybersecurity is so huge right now, and that's what we're trying to push into people around the UK.
It's something we all need to be aware of, and I've covered this a couple of times locally around Shropshire, especially when it comes to making sure your kids are safe when they're out playing with their tablets and stuff.
E-safety is a huge thing right now. I've done the other week I did assemblies in the school throughout the week where I was teaching about e-safety and how to stay protected online, because everyone uses online now. Everyone's kids does, but I don't think all the parents and all the kids are aware of what danger online. People will try and hack your phone. There's inappropriate stuff that can be sent online, so people need to be aware of e-safety. Whenever there's online, there's always going to be dangers and stuff like that.
So if aside from people getting in touch with you guys, of course, if you had the sort of top 3 or top however tips for parents with their kids, if you could tell the parents something right now that may help them, what would you say? Any top tips?
So depending on the age, I will push your kids into coding as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the gaps in the market are crazy. Your kid could easily become my mom's a teacher as well. She teaches at a school back in Reading, And one of the kids that's just left the school, just finished uni, and he's already on, I think, 2-point-something million a year just in computer science.
Wow.
And he's in his early 20s. There's such a gap in the market. I will push your kid to get into coding. Like, it's not boring as well. Like, they can make games out of it. There's so many different branches. They can go into forensics. They can work with the police and FBI trying to find out what happened using technology and stuff like that. It's crazy the amount of opportunities are in computer science right now.
They can do engineering for fridges.
Engineering for fridges.
Make sure your fridge has got Wi-Fi. Thank you so much for chatting to me, Cameron. This has been really nice. I've really learned a lot.
Thank you.
Where can people find you guys online?
So if you type in School of Coding, we're the first company that comes up. Like I said, we're the #1 coding educators in the UK. So just type School of Coding and you can get tutoring lessons from us where we teach Python, JavaScript, Scratch, we teach GCSEs, or from maths to computer science, C++ and so on.
Brilliant. Thank you for chatting to me today. It was really nice. Cool.
Welcome to the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast.
Hello. Right, so Timmy, we've got another guest, another kid guest.
Yeah. Yeah, I know his name.
What's your name?
Harvey.
Harvey? All right, Harvey. Right, Timmy's got a few questions to ask you. Go on.
Okay. Is this your first time at Kids Festival? Yeah. Which is your favourite activity? The candy cane.
Candy canes? You like them, yeah? Yeah?
Which is your favourite biscuit? My favourite biscuit was
The chocolate biscuits?
Chocolate biscuits.
Custard cream, cookies?
the chocolate ones.
Chocolate biscuits, yeah?
What are you going to do next?
At Kids Fest, what are you going to go on next? What's the best ride you've been on? What's the best thing? Have you been on a bouncy castle? Have you been on a big slide? What have you been on today?
The course.
You're on the soul course?
The little course.
The little course. Did you do lots of bouncing around on there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What about the silent disco? Was that good?
Yeah.
Silent disco? Did your dad go in with you?
No.
If you get any footage of Web Orchard's Pete throwing shapes at the silent disco, give it to me. It's worth money, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who builds the best websites, Harvey?
Out of 10, what would Daddy you give Kids Fest?
Out of 10, what would you score Kids Fest, Harvey?
The
messy one?
The phone.
You like the phone party? Is that have you been there, have you?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah.
We're going to go there in a bit. Are we going to have a good time?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Timmy, have you got anything else to say to Harvey? Are you guys in Beavers together?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
So we see each other quite often. Yeah. Thank you for coming on the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. You're welcome.
And if you guys are looking for a website, make sure you check out Web Orchard. Well, I'm not being pressured now by Pete White stood over me.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Alex from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast.
Hi Alex, pleased to meet you. I'm Eric from Beau Chocolate.
Nice to meet you, Eric. So yeah, what I'm doing today is I'm taking a walk around and speaking to some of the people that are taking part in Kids Festival today, and obviously some of the people that like yourselves are working hard. Lots of people to cater for, and I saw the chocolate fountain and I thought, it drove me towards you. I thought, I need to speak to this guy who makes chocolate. So what is Beau Chocolate? Where does it start?
Beau Chocolate started during lockdown, and it was we were looking at. I was sat at home bored, and I thought, can I do some of those chocolates that I see on the internet? And I had a go. Our rugby club then flooded, Bridge North Rugby Club.
Oh yeah, okay. So I'm Shrewsbury, you're Bridge North. You get the front end as well as much as we do, yeah.
And it just coincided with Valentine's Day. So I made 120 boxes of chocolate and gave them to the club and said, if you can sell them, then you can raise a bit of money to go on. And it was sort of a bit of a testing the water to see whether I could do chocolate and do lots of chocolate.
Yeah, there's a difference between making a few boxes and making several thousands, right?
Yeah. And it was challenging, but it worked really well. And it sort of set us up for the next big thing in chocolate world is Mother's Day. And then we just progressed from there and started making chocolates. And at that time I had a full-time job, and I don't have a full-time job at the moment apart from making chocolates, and it's going quite well.
You've been able to move into doing something that you really love doing.
Yes.
I love that. Yes.
It's hard to sort of jump into, but I used to have a business that was selling wood-burning stoves and installing them, and I've just finished it, sold it, and now I'm making chocolates.
That's wonderful. That's really nice. It's amazing how quickly these things take off, right? Isn't it?
It is. Whether I can quite say that it makes me a living yet, but hopefully we will see in the next few months whether it will.
Oh, believe me. I mean, I've seen businesses crop up left, right, and centre, especially in Shrewsbury. I mean, I've been doing this for a few years now, and these grassroots businesses that start out of something nice like you know, out of pandemic, you kind of like, oh, let's try this thing, and it's grown and grown and grown. You know, a shout out to Duncan from Planet Donut. You know, he's just like, oh, I wonder if I can make donuts. Now look at him.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of faith out there for companies like yours that start small. How quickly is this thing growing? You started in the pandemic. How many chocolates are you making now regularly? And who for?
It does vary. Like Christmas time this year was unbelievably busy. I was making chocolates, I wouldn't quite say 24 hours a day, but it was a really stressful period up to Christmas. Look, I was still running the other business as well. So
I see.
It was trying to work there for a few hours a day and then come home, make chocolates, and I'd probably make 100 boxes a week. And that's pretty good.
That's a lot though. That's still an awful lot. I always said that if I ever got a job, I don't know, say in like a chip shop or something like that, I'd hate chips because I'd just be surrounded by it. How is it working with chocolate all the time?
I used to eat an awful lot.
Yeah.
I don't eat quite as much anymore, and I'm quite. It has to be a good chocolate for me to eat it. Otherwise,
so you got very high standards in how you make it, yeah?
Yes. I used to love something like a Cadbury's cream egg, and it's lovely. But when I then think, well, that's been stored for probably 6 to 12 months, then yeah, I
interesting.
Now I can taste it.
It's the same as me, really. I mean, I say this my wife is from Colombia, and so we drink nice coffee. I used to drink anything that would come out of a jar, right? Now, if you know, I am a bit of a coffee snob now because I can only drink good coffee. So I'll go around somebody's house and they'll give me some turd from a jar, and I'll be like, what's this terrible stuff? I'm a bit of a snob now for that, and that's the same for you.
Exactly the same. And I would even say I totally agree with you with coffee. It has to be right. It has to be good.
Yes.
I taught the guy who bought my business, I taught him for 16 years to drink good coffee, and the first thing he does is get rid of the good coffee machine. So I'm quite disappointed.
Wow. Make sure everybody's got good coffee. I mean, it's a good way to start the day. Okay, so I mean, chocolate is an interesting one because it's one thing that people enjoy. But does it move on to other things? Is there other things that you want to make that isn't chocolate that are still sweet?
I make if I say so myself, the best marshmallow in the world.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. It's not what we have on the stand today, but when we put that out, it is really, really nice. It's a totally different feel than what you buy from the supermarket, but it is very, very good. I do love catering and cooking and being in the kitchen, and I do lots of cooking for other people as well, and that is taking off as well.
You can tell you got a passion for it, you know? It's what you love doing, right? Isn't it? It must be.
It is. It's challenging, it's fun, it's great to see people when we do market stalls and people walk past our stall. It's slightly different, we haven't got the fountain there, and people walk past and think that's a jewel, or it's something that's not edible, and then they see the word chocolate associated with it and they come back and they say, that can't be chocolate, but it is, and it looks quite special.
What's the most unique thing you've maybe made out of chocolate?
I made some called them oyster shells, some called them
like the Goulian chocolate.
No, it was more like a rock. It was quite peppled on the one side, then filled with the raspberry chocolate.
Nice.
Or raspberry caramel, and then on the front it was like a mirror finish with gold, turquoise, silver.
Nice.
Inside it looked like a stone or a rock.
Making these things, because you do see people make some amazing things out of chocolate. You're making this thing and you must be like, somebody's just going to mash this to pieces with their teeth, like, you know. How does that feel, making these amazing things?
It's something that's a little bit different. Hopefully with the best ingredients we can possibly get, and making something taste absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
People will appreciate what we do. I try not to just make the chocolate that you can go and buy on the shelf. I want to make the best chocolate that I can, and that just tastes great.
Do you ever sit at home thinking, I want to do something new, but like everybody's pretty much done everything with chocolate? Do you ever try experiments with stuff?
I have sort of, when I have got a little bit of time to do things, then yes, most of what I do is filled into mould, so I probably have 24 cases. And yes, there's some odd things that has come out of the kitchen. And there's some very
that didn't work, darling. That didn't work. Put it back. One of the craziest thing I ever tried. It's not the craziest. People are going to be expecting something extravagant now, but chocolate popcorn. I tried it, and I was like, okay, this is very odd. And the first time I was kind of this, no. And then I was like, try another, and I got addicted to chocolate popcorn then.
Yeah. No, it's just finding different things that actually works. And I wouldn't say I've quite gone sort of left field, but we're trying with some nice, good quality ingredients. Always try and find something that's fresh and we can build on.
Well, I think you're amazing, and like you mean, you know, a chocolatier that can bring joy to people's lives. I think is really, really something nice about that. And I want to try one of your marshmallows. I mean, I'll be the judge of that if it's the best marshmallow in the world. I mean,
I haven't got any on here, but
no,
I will. I might actually, but I'll see if I've got one, and I'll.
The ice is well and truly broken now, sir. I see you got you got a card there. You can take one of mine. We're going to have to make friends, and we're going to have to do this again sometime. I'll come out to Bridgenorth and see you if I have to.
Always welcome.
Thank you very much for chatting to me. Where can people find to order chocolate from you?
Yes, the best place is to find us on Facebook or Instagram. Beau Chocolate.
So Beau spell is B-E-A-U. Chocolate. Why Beau Chocolate? What is that? Why is it named that?
That's my youngest son.
Okay.
And he's a chef, and it sounded better than Eric Chocolate or something else. So Beau Chocolate it was. My oldest son Jacob, he's quite disappointed, but he's quite happy.
I'm named after the business. I love that. I like it too. I think it's very unique. So Beau Chocolate, B-E-A-U chocolate, and that's on Facebook.
Facebook or Instagram. Please follow us. Have a look there. There's always the latest sort of bits that we've got, or latest tastes, and where you can find us, or you can buy from there.
You've been amazing to chat to. Thank you so much, seriously, and I'm glad we met. We can definitely do this again sometime.
All right, thank you, Alex.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Bye. Bye-bye. Hi guys, how's it going?
Hey.
I'm Alex from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast.
Hi, Alex.
Would you like to introduce yourselves and tell us where you come from?
Yeah, so my name's Rachel. This is Anna.
Hi.
Anna's actually from Arundel, and I'm actually from Pirates and Princesses Adventure Zone in Hellsfield. And we're a soft play barn, but we do Disney-inspired characters.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, we got the sensory room, we do special needs sessions.
I think I've been there before. I think I've been to your place. How long's it been open?
About 6 years.
Yeah, definitely been there.
So actually, we're relatively new, really.
Because I remember when I went there, there was an Elsa. I think there was an Elsa there. We've got a little.
There's always an Elsa somewhere. At
Mini Biscuit is about here somewhere. I was just saying him. Yeah, we took him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys been having a great day to get to I've been talking too much. Have you had a great day today?
Do you know what? It's great, hasn't it, Anna?
Yeah, it's really nice to be out again, I think.
Yeah, lovely.
That's a really good point, because it's been a while since we can be in a place like this, surrounded by people, inside as well.
Yeah.
Has it been daunting or has it been kind of a good experience?
To be honest, and I think because we work in the soft play business, we're like kind of super relaxed about that now because we've been thrown back into it. So that world of hustle and bustle, kids everywhere, and it's normal to us. So, but today's been a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
Obviously, Elsa and Anna and a pirate being here, it's like they're celebrities.
Just get swarmed.
So they just get swamped, yeah.
1,000 kids around you.
Yeah, but it's been brilliant. Yeah, it's been really, really good.
The atmosphere is really nice as well. I was a bit nervous that it was going to be quite, people weren't going to want to interact, but I feel like it's been really nice.
I thought that as well. Set the studio up. I thought no one's going to want to talk to me, but we haven't stopped all day. To be fair, I got a massive list of interviews. Timmy's been going around speaking to. It's been amazing. It really has been a great reception. I love it. Have you had lots of kids coming to you and asking you to sing and stuff? Are you singing to you or just belting it out?
Did a bit of singing. Honestly, it's non-stop in it. But it's nice. It's nice. Yeah.
It's been lovely. It's photos all the time.
Yeah. Cheeks hurt from smiling, but
That's when you know we've done a good job. I always say to the team, if we go home today and our cheeks are hurting, then we've done a great job.
I mean, you're doing what you love, though. You like doing this, don't you?
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? So,
100%. Yeah.
How is it when you're in character as Anna for a whole day? I ask this because the listeners of the Shrewsbury Biscuit are rolling their eyes right now. But for years I've worked at Shrewsbury Prison as an immersive actor, so I'll play like bad guys and stuff, for the whole day I'll get in character. But it's really tiring. I'll get home and I'll be like, because you're on all day.
Yeah, all day, and it's like there's nowhere to hide. There's no split second where there's not eyes on you. So it's a lot.
Can't go out back and have a cigarette. You're not saying you do, but you know what I mean. Like they're so cliche, those things, but it's true.
Yeah.
You talk about your Disneyland when they take the heads off the costumes. Like, what are you doing? You can't do that.
Yeah, I know.
Shocking.
I almost go home and forget that I'm myself. I'm like, I'm still Anna.
Who am I? But also, even things like Elsa was on lunch earlier, and bless her, she sort of turned her whole chair towards the back of the building just to not kind of ruin that illusion.
Yeah.
Elsa's there,
shoving a sausage roll in her mouth.
Yeah, does Elsa eat? Does she actually eat? Yeah. No, so we try not to ruin that kind of magic, really. We keep it going for as long as we can.
Yeah.
We love it. We love what we do. And I think that's what makes the play barn a little bit different, because it is soft play, and we do the sensory room, but actually I think our kind of thing is the Disney-inspired characters.
It's kind of immersive for the kids,
It's just like it takes it to a different level. It's lovely watching their faces when they come down. They're playing in the soft play, and then they look up and they see Anna walking down the stairs. It's just takes it to that next level. It's lovely.
It's nice when we get regulars as well. We can always remember them. So it's nice for the kids when Anna's like, oh, I remember your name.
Or I remember your third birthday, and they request Elsa, and we can tell Elsa, well, actually that little girl had Anna, your sister, for her third birthday, so now she's having you for her fourth. So we kind of try and make it become really real.
Yeah.
So Elsa would turn up for the kid's fourth birthday and remember them. So it's nice, I think, that we're not too big of a play barn, that we can do that and get a regular load of customers come through.
Oh, that's really good that you get
on a personal level.
Yeah, of course. And before I ask this question, I've got to tell you, my little boy loves Anna. He's got a little Anna toy he takes to bed with him every night, genuinely. And if it's not in his bed, he goes absolutely nuts, right? So I'm sorry, Timmy, to tell the world that, but
You're gonna hate that when he's old.
Yeah. I'm all for boys playing with girls' toys, girls playing with boys' toys, things like that. What do you guys do for the boys out there as well, in case that's an issue? Is it all?
Well, I mean, we obviously we're pirates and princesses, but do you know what? We have seen over the last 6 years, so many boys are super into the princesses. There's no kind of okay?
Yeah, I'm just turning you up a bit. I was just making sure I was turning the right one up.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of boys are into the princesses.
That's good.
And the girls, we've got loads of girl pirates as well in the team, so we kind of do it for the girls in that sense.
Nothing
it's not
more
just...
adorable than a girl pirate. Yeah.
So yeah, we've been promoting that a little bit today actually. We've given some of the girls our pirate hats and said, come on, we need some more girl pirates. And we've had some boys that absolutely love Elsa. It's always Elsa, isn't it, Anna?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what it is with Elsa, but
I know,
they
it's
gravitate to
like
her.
she's queen or
it
anything.
It must be the powers. It's like a superpower, isn't it?
Where's Olaf anyway? I bet you've been asked that a million times. Where's Olaf?
Where's Olaf? Well, to be honest, if he came here, he'd get snow everywhere.
Yeah.
And he gets himself into a lot of trouble. He'd
It's
be
a health
stealing
and safety
everything.
hazard. It's a nightmare.
Safety hazard, yeah. There's not a risk assessment for that.
I did brief Elsa before we came. I said, please don't use your ice powers in the International Centre because we won't be invited back.
No,
but
yeah.
she's doing well. She's concealing it. She's not feeling it. She's doing great.
I can see it dancing right now, actually. That's quite funny.
Yeah.
We're next to the Newport Music Academy next to us, singing beautifully. It's been a nice vibe today, and I'm really glad you guys came over and actually spoke to me.
So welcome. Well, we're back tomorrow. We've actually got Jasmine, Belle. Who else have we got? Anna. We've got Rapunzel. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what we've been doing is my little boy Timmy, Mini Biscuit. He's got a camera. I don't know where he's gone actually. He's disappeared somewhere. But I've been setting him missions. He's got like 6 missions today to complete.
Love that.
Get a dance with a cheerleader. Investigate the table football over there, the inflatable one. So maybe tomorrow we can set him some more missions and we can get him working with some of the princesses.
We would love that.
Yeah, we would.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
We'll get our heads together and we'll come up with something tomorrow. I'll write a couple of things and see if that's okay.
And we'll bring some princesses over in character.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll get him to interview. There you go.
That's a good one.
The mission can be interview a couple of princesses.
Brilliant. Love
There we go. I'll sit in the corner and referee because they can get messy. Guys, you're fantastic. I mean, obviously, if you're in sort of local, you'll know. But if you're outside of town listening to this, how do they find you guys on social media?
At the moment, it's Facebook and Instagram, Pirates and Princesses Adventure Zone. We don't have a website currently. We're getting a nice new fancy one done. So we don't have a website. But yeah, it's Pirates and Princesses Adventure Zone in Telford.
And it's a great place. I've genuinely been there. It's great. And everybody loves a good play button, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
We do. Well, super clean. That's the other thing. A lot of our feedback is friendly, personable and super clean. So we're really proud about that.
Nice.
So yeah, if anybody's a little bit anxious when they think of soft play and with everything that's happened, I can really vouch for that being a mum myself. My poor 3-year-old, I just constantly take her to our work because I just have confidence in how clean it is. So yeah, we're friendly, clean, soft play. So
I used to frequent the play barn that was in Shrewsbury Prison. It's not there anymore because I used to know there, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, come and have a coffee." And I'd take my laptop and I'd sit and I'd edit for like a couple of hours while Timmy would run around, and then I'd take him home. It was just perfect. Yeah, it's really handy to have a good play barn near to you.
Definitely.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're here for. Come and see us. Relax, have a coffee.
Well, Anna, thank you so much for being you. And Elsa, give her my regards as well. Thank you for making children smile today. And thank you for coming over today to speak to me. It's been awesome.
We'll chat to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cheers.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Nice to meet you.
Bye. So there we have it. That's the end of part 1 of our coverage of Kids Fest. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed putting it together. It was a great weekend. Like I said, I was. This is one thing. The next day, on which you'll hear in part 2, there were people that were there on day 1, went home, and then I saw them the next day, and they were just beaming. Everybody was smiling and happy. Like the Saturday was incredibly busy. There were thousands of people there. It was like getting hit in the face by gale force winds, but it was fun. There was lots of it was really good seeing lots of people, seeing people active. Obviously the kids are out having fun. There's people out there doing their business and speaking to people. It was very good. The morale was very high on Sunday, and it wasn't as busy. That's kind of like the normal trend for these kind of things. But it was still very nice. It was kind of like a bit more of a relaxed look at things. You can really get stuck into looking at everything. I'm going to tell you about our website, which is the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast.co.uk. All of our content is available on there. You can press play. You can listen to it all back on there. And that's made for us by our friends at Web Orchard. If you need a website, they will sort a website out for you. Whatever it is you do, whether you do Etsy, whether you've got a band, whether you run events, whatever it is you do, they will make a perfect website for you. So please check out Web Orchard. If you haven't already, I did mention it at the beginning, make sure you go to our YouTube channel and take a look at Mini Biscuits at the Shropshire Kids Festival, because he took a camera. He worked really hard, and he did have a lot of fun, but he did work really hard. Took a camera and he shared his experience. So if you wouldn't mind, just pop on over to our YouTube channel, give us a subscribe, and find that video. And there's also lots of great other videos of places that we've been up to, that we've been to, and what we've been up to. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, and I'll catch you in part 2. Peace out, guys.